tiring. Ugh. I'm exhausted, and I've been that way for a while because I have insomnia. I've had it for most of my life. Anybody else not slept a full night in 35 years? Anybody else? Okay, couple people. Too tired to even clap. Yeah. I can't. I've always struggled with sleep issues, and it's really hard. And sometimes when I say that to people, they're surprised if they're the kinds of people that confuse chubby with sleepy. But here's the thing: I'm a human woman, not a baby kitty cat, and I can't sleep. Also, as it turns out, if you're up all night, there's more time to eat snacks. That's just true. It's frustrating now to be an adult because people start to give you advice on how you can sleep more easily, and people will be like, "Oh, well, you can't go to sleep at night because you drink and you look at screens." I'm like, okay, well, I couldn't sleep through the night as a child. iPhones didn't exist yet. And I was drinking a really reasonable amount back then. You know? Like red wine with dinner, maybe NyQuil. I don't know. Depending how I felt. I also have the class of friend who's having, all my friends are having children, and they'll be like, man, this fucking baby's got me up every 3 to 4 hours. And I'm like, wow, it's so cool you have someone to hang out with. What are you guys doing? Can I come over? I've done some research about it, and apparently you can develop childhood insomnia, if you have sort of a chaotic family life or kind of a crazy upbringing, and that's definitely true for me. I think I developed it because, all day, I was terrified of my whole family. And then for 8 hours a night, they were just immobilized. I was like, oh, look at these tough guys. Just letting your movements be controlled by the sun? It's a pretty weak move. Just walked around the house like a queen. It's a weird, it's a strangely lonely life being up all night. It's just strange. And now, what's nice, not only as an adult, but just in this era, is that if you wake up in the middle of the night and you want to watch something, you can watch literally anything that you want. But if you woke up in the middle of the night as a child in 1985 at 4 a.m., those commercials were not for you. It had a way of making me a very old soul very early. I knew at some point in my future, at too young of an age, that at one point I was going to fall down and not physically be able to get up. And apparently by that point in my life, all my friends and family will have either died or abandoned me so that I have to push a button and ask a strange man for help. It's just a lot to take to 3rd grade. It's just a lot for a kid to deal with. It was helpful sometimes, if the teacher was ever like, Amy, did you do the homework last night? And I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna fall down, and I won't be able to get up. No one's gonna be there. They're all dead. We're all gonna die. We're all just waiting for our button, I'm also just freaked out by people who sleep well. It really freaks me out that when I asked that question, that a couple of you were like, yeah, and then the rest of you are doing what? What? You're just closing your eyes at night and then you open them 8 hours later, having no clue what happened in the world during that time? That freaks me out. I don't trust you. I don't like you. And also, do you know the kind of shit I could do to you in that 8 hours of time? I'm sorry. I stole that joke from Bill Cosby. Uh,